Putting this one here. Can't make this crap up. This helicopter's been up here bugging me for like 2-3 weeks every day long. All day long. It goes and does nothing down at the bottom and comes up to the top. Like I said, these Gangstalkers, the elite, the ones in charge, the Masons, they're all in cahoots together. They're like a well-oiled machine. One time I saw them, how they worked, and they hated each other's guts. But they worked so much better together than I ever seen in any church. All I ever seen at the church was everybody fighting, arguing, jealous of each other. Yep, hate each other to the end of days. There's this one guy I knew that I went to church with. He was mad at this other guy and he wouldn't talk. He hated him. I'm like, I could tell, and I was like, why are you? He's like, because 20 years ago, we did a job together, and he took me for $100. 20 years. I looked at him and I said, 20 years ago, he took you for $100. Yeah. I said, well, you know better than to get involved with him and doing anything else. But you held on to that and ain't said nothing to that man for 20 years. He said, yep. And I thought, man, you want to talk about unforgiving? I said, you know what? I bet you money. Let's go over there and talk to him about that. And we went over there. I forced him. He didn't want to, but I forced him to. And we went over there to talk to that man. And for 20 years, that man didn't even think about him taking him for $100. He didn't even remember it. He didn't even remember it. But the other man held on to it for 20 years, and it just ate him up. But the other man, he was sleeping good every night and didn't even realize it, and promised to make amends with the other man. But for 20 years, the one harbored all that stuff. Like I said, that forgiving stuff is hard to do, especially when people have screwed you, people that you trusted. And see, the other man, he didn't give a crap. You know what I'm saying? He didn't care about the man that was burned up. But the man that was burned up held on to that because, when you get done like that by people that you know at church, it's the worst. It's worse than your family taking advantage of you because you know that your family's going to. It just goes to show you can't trust nobody but the Lord. And he's working to see what you're going to do. He's testing you every moment. So that's where that's at. But yeah, man, I'm come pulling out of here, and there they'll be the 18-wheelers down there. The guys are logging down below. They're not helicopter logging that helicopter. It's doing something else. And they're logging. They wait for me to come out of here every day, all day long with them 18-wheelers loaded down with logs. Yep, just to get in front of me, just anything. And what it is it's the Matrix. It's the Matrix. I'll go down to this local little store, and those guys in there, when I walk in there, they'll come over there, and I'll be like trying to get some coffee, and they'll just like get in my personal space, wanting me to say something to them. Gangstalkers, every one of them. They're going to be drawn to you. Everything's going to be drawn to you. This Matrix, this AI program. The timing with this crap is just unbelievable. I mean, sometimes I'm just, even as experienced as I am and have been going through this for a long time, I'm just blown away with the time and how they can perfectly do that stuff. And there's so many of them. And what it is they're caught in the program. A majority of them are. Some of them, you're getting stalked and zapped, and by CIA, FBI, military. There's all kinds of them. Some of them fallen angels, clones, NPCs, bots, robots. I mean, the stuff is way out there, and that's, exactly what they'll do to you, the whole system. And whether they're doing it consciously or subconsciously, and it's the narcissist. You'll notice as a child of God, as you grow in the Lord and all this stuff is happening to you and you've had a lot of battles, you're going to run into every job. There's going to be a narcissist you have to deal with. And what a narcissist does is sits there and hates your guts and starts little bitty things until you blow off on them or say something to them, and then they smear campaign. Oh, he's crazy, rah, rah, rah. And then they play the victim. Oh, I didn't do nothing. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. You need to get away from people who are trying to control you, dominate you, manipulate you, or intimidate you. They got to go. And, it's going to be everybody around you. And then when you go to the next place, it's going to be everybody around you. But they've been really wanting me to get out of here. I've been up here a long time. I actually get some peace and quiet for once in fucking 12 years. And yeah, they will go through extremes. I was up here the other day. There was a guy that comes driving to get to that gate down there. I don't know if you can see it. See the gate? They're locked gates. They lock them and they don't let nobody go back there. I mean, don't get me wrong. There was a kid on a motorcycle back here today. And you can get through here. Look, right here's a little, see that? That's a little old four-wheeler trail that they'll just go around that gate. That don't happen in where the game warden is that bad. This place where I'm at, there's a lot of Forest Service people, Plum Creek guys, and the Forest Service guys that take care of the camping areas and stuff like that. But I haven't seen a game warden up here yet. And, they're up here, all the time, harassing, stalking, whether they know it or not. If you go into a big city, everybody's involved in your stalking there. Most of all your stalking is getting done by organized. And sometimes it's the matrix, rotating the simulation through. It's a loop. The matrix means a loop. And that's what we're caught up in. And it's, trying to bust out of it and get something. I was watching Gangstalkers by the numbers. Man, dude, he ain't put up a video since somebody hit his car down in Florida. And I feel sorry for him, man. Really, I do. I don't know what's happened to him, what he's doing. But he's not posting or doing nothing anymore. And when you get on the street and you know about your gang stalking, you're in a rough area, And it has its ups and downs. Some days you're all right with it, or you'll go all day long. But when it happened to you, when it gets on levels where it's just 24/7, 365, you get pissed and you blow off. I know another guy I watch. He got arrested the other day. He had enough. It's real easy. That's what they want. That's what they're looking for. They're looking for you to slip. Catch you slipping, I'm going to give you what I got for you. So you can't slip. You can't mess up. And you got to be on your A game all the time. And discerning this stuff. So don't trust anyone out there. No one. None of them. They're all against you, especially them cops. They're organizing that stuff. Every town you've been to, if you go back, Satan fortifies a stronghold there. And the next time you go back, it's even harder because he's built and created a stronghold. And so, going back to the land of familiar is not smart because Satan's waiting on you there to beat you up. Sometimes you're forced to have to go back there. But, personally, I get in and get out. I was forced to have to come back there to, do the things I need to do to tie up loose ends. It keeps forcing me back. And I have no choice, So, it's like I said, it's real easy to slip up and make a mistake, especially when they're stalking you and looking for every mistake that they can see. So they start using your past on you. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we've been trying to get this guy for years. Somehow he's eludes us. So then they put a bounty on your head. There ain't no such thing as the FBI, CIA 10 most wanted list. They know where everybody's at 24/7. 100%. So If you got a place to stay and you ain't got a car, you're doing pretty good. If you got a car and ain't places and don't have a place to stay, you're doing pretty good. Now, if you got both, you're doing real good. Try to hold on to it. But, you know, it's, I see that tree, it snapped in the windstorm. You can always tell the matrix and stuff is happening too with the weather. If the weather's revolving, if the weather's coming against you, you know that you got some spiritual stuff going on. The weather will come against you. You know, remember in the book of Job? In the book of Job, the storm came and killed when God released the hedge of protection around Job and let Satan go after him. Satan caused a storm that blew over and killed his kids. See what I'm saying? So, you know you're doing good if the weather, if somehow the weather revolves around you and what's happening around you. You can tell what's happening in the spiritual realm by the weather. So always keep that in mind if you ever get to that point in your walk that even the weather is coming against you. You know, it's, a spiritual battle. But anyways, I was just letting you guys know I'm out here. I got videos. I can't seem to download them and get them out, but I'm going to have me a few to load out on you guys whenever I can. So I just want you to know to keep your chins up and help you get through another day, another week, another month. And that I love you. Bye.